In the last episode, we saw that Ammon started visiting Blondina very often, and Blondina was happy to finally have company at the castle. We also discovered that the Emperor was plotting something, and we'll find out what it is in this episode. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out to make more videos. Alright guys, let's start. The Emperor was asking if it was the last one. Here, it refers to people with blonde hair and golden eyes. He was searching for a person with those characteristics so that the magic stone would react, but all of his trials were failures. There was a special power passed down only to golden-eyed blondes, but he hadn't found the right person yet. At that moment, he thought of Blondina. He remembered her blonde hair and how it resembled her mother's, but Blondina's eyes were blue, not golden. Her mother had the characteristics of the person he needed, but she didn't possess any special power. Then the Emperor reveals how he met Lily, Blondina's mother. He had fallen in love with her, and back then, he didn't care about his bloodline or the throne. He just wanted to be with his family. But to protect his family, he realized he needed the throne, so he left them, leaving his ring with Lily as a promise to return. Once he ascended to the throne, his feelings for Lily faded, and he soon forgot about her. As soon as he became emperor, he became obsessed with finding all the golden-eyed blondes. These people had the power to make the divine beasts kneel before them, especially the leopards. In the next scene, we see Blondina in her room. Someone enters. It's the servant who brought her dice, along with her friend, Lady Lucy. Lucy wished her good morning, sitting next to her, and noticing that Ammon hadn't come to visit Blondina today either. Lady Lucy was the youngest daughter of a count. She had become Blondina's lady-in-waiting 3 months ago, which means there was probably a time skip in between episodes. She was the same age as Blondina, and they became close very quickly. When Lucy first saw Ammon, she thought he was an adorable cat, but then she saw the stone on his head and realized he was a leopard. She dropped to the floor, terrified of him. But Lucy wasn't as scared anymore. After seeing how friendly Blondina was with Ammon, even though she still shook with fear at first, she tried to approach him, and after a few months, she grew to love him dearly. She always baked cookies for him, even though there was still a hint of nervousness around him. Now, back in the present, we see Lucy asking Blondina why Ammon wasn't visiting as often. Blondina said she didn't know either. She wondered to herself how she had come to like such a cranky leopard. Lucy, on the other hand, said he was absolutely adorable and cute. Blondina agreed, mentioning his black fur and sparkling eyes. His eyes were like gleaming jewels. Then Ammon suddenly entered the room. Lucy and Blondina were both happy to see him after such a long time. But then Lucy screamed in terror when she noticed Ammon had brought them a sparrow, which appeared to be dead. Lucy quickly ran out of the room, unable to handle the sight. Blondina, on the other hand, wondered if Ammon had brought the sparrow as a gift. Ammon asked what she was doing and questioned if she was afraid of sparrows. Blondina replied that she wasn't afraid of them, but she felt bad for the poor bird. Ammon asked her if she didn't like cute things, to which she said she did, but she wished the sparrow were still alive. Ammon then told the bird to get up. Apparently, he hadn't killed the bird. He had simply told it to play dead. Ammon commanded the sparrow to go play with Blondina, much to her amazement. Blondina listened as the sparrow chirped away, speaking to her in a cheerful, lively voice. She then glanced at Ammon, who gave her a soft smile, and she couldn't help but laugh at the moment. Curious, she asked Ammon why he hadn't come to visit her as often. He explained that he had to visit the sacred mountain to regain his strength. Blondina wanted to know more, but Ammon didn't reveal any further details, keeping her intrigued. Blondina then turned her attention to the sparrow and asked if it was also a divine beast like Ammon since it could talk. The sparrow quickly responded that Ammon had shared his power with him, allowing him to speak. He proudly added that he was much cleverer than other birds. Ammon, however, shot him a deadly glare, clearly telling him to stop talking. Amused, Blondina asked if the sparrow had a name. Ammon told her she could name him, so after a moment of thought, she decided to name him Magetto. In the next scene, Ammon was angrily shouting at Blondina. The reason? He didn't want to wear the hat she had given him. Ammon was far more interested in seeing the powerful human weapons, like arrows, at the upcoming archery contest. He wanted to understand how humans had managed to drive away the divine beasts with such tools. Blondina, on the other hand, insisted that if he wanted to accompany her, he would need to appear as her pet cat, which meant hiding his transformation stone. When she suggested he attend the contest as his true self, Ammon quickly dismissed the idea. He knew it would draw the attention of other divine beasts, and he didn't want to risk them finding out and possibly hurting Blondina. As he brooded over this dilemma, Magetto, the sparrow, chirped in, teasing that Ammon looked cute in the hat. Enraged, Ammon immediately started chasing the poor bird around the room, making Magetto regret his playful comment as he darted around trying to escape Ammon's wrath. In the next scene, they arrived at the hunting grounds. The Emperor and Blondina's siblings made their grand entrance to the contest, while Ammon, with his sharp instincts, asked Blondina why she hadn't joined them. Blondina told him that the main character always needed a solo entrance. However, Ammon sensed that something else was going on. As the Emperor gave the command to start the competition, archers began shooting their arrows. Magetto, ever the curious sparrow, asked Blondina if there was a sparrow shooting contest. Blondina chuckled softly and said no. Magetto, full of indignation, muttered, "Humans are so cruel. Poor thing." Ammon, meanwhile, was growing more and more bored with the archery. He asked Blondina what the purpose of all this was. Blondina explained that humans did this for entertainment, but it didn't seem to impress Ammon at all. Sensing his boredom, she offered to take him to look at some trees instead. Ammon, unimpressed, questioned the point of that too. He was simply relieved that he didn't have to watch weak humans play with their arrows. While Blondina bent down to examine some ants, she playfully asked Ammon if he would climb the trees, since leopards were known to be excellent climbers. But then, suddenly, an arrow came whizzing by, nearly striking Blondina. Her heart raced as she stood frozen in fear, holding on to Ammon tightly, her body trembling. Poor Blondina. The trauma from her past made her believe she had narrowly escaped death once again. But who could be the person who tried to shoot her? I guess we'll have to find out in the next episode. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. In the next episode, we'll see a very angry Ammon in his human form, ready to protect Blondina. We'll also see Adelaide, who seems to be planning something sinister. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.